Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We are Wednesday, July 8th, I think it is, 2025. Yeah, I think it's the 8th. I'm doing a collective read for you guys. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. I'm having an okay day. It's a little overcast. It was raining a little bit. A quiet day. It's a day getting things done. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're doing the same. Going through some old boxes. I'm organizing. I'm slowly getting it done. There's not much I can do at this moment. I'm still getting healthier. Still getting over whatever this is that I'm going through. But every day I'm cleaning out a closet. I'm cleaning out a cupboard or a drawer. You know what I mean? Just slow but steady and getting through this. Maybe that is a cue for you to do so. We like to rush into things. I know I do. I have no patience. Just want to get it over and done with. You know what I mean? This is teaching me to be more patient. And it's not bad. I mean, it's a good thing. Thank you for all your love and your support. I'm truly grateful to each and every one of you. That's where we're going to go with this. So can we go right into it? Let's go right into it and see what Spirit wants to talk about. Yesterday, I did get a few messages, something about astral links. If that rings a bell with anybody, if it resonates, might be careful. There's a sudden change, a sudden shift. There's a changing of the guards and or the guides. Just so you know, you might feel discombobulated, but hang in there, keep steady. That's the message, okay? Also, it's weird. Everywhere I looked yesterday, there was like messages everywhere. I was looking at storefronts and the names of this, that, the other thing, and signs in windows. One sign was new reality. So there might be a timeline jump or a change. Definitely something new starting. New cycles are starting. So just so you know, that's the message. Where are we going with this? Oh boy, look at this. This popped right up. Material and spiritual prosperity in reverse. 6 in reverse. So that's the Lovers in reverse. Poor decisions. There's no harmony here. This is definitely a lesson that you or others needed to learn. It could be a karmic relationship. Oh, one-sided. Could be a false contract as well. But there's consequences not using your higher wisdom. Okay? Might have to redo something. I don't know. Choose wisely and somebody didn't. It's in keeping. 7 of Cups in reverse. This is... all that glitters isn't gold. So somebody got bamboozled with smooth talking or promises of riches, sex, whatever, relations, fame. There's no more confusion here. Somebody they're running out of options. There is no choice. So you don't have any viable options anymore. Can't coerce somebody any longer or cover anything up. Yeah, there's no more emotional loss. Somebody's not going to grieve over this any longer. Whatever this is, maybe you did grieve. You didn't want to lose it. You didn't want to let go. Or a person or a situation. Now you're just done, I think. I'm picking up done and numb. Could be a divorce, a separation. Somebody gave out bad advice, didn't listen to advice. Could be a crime, corruption, a crooked judge or leader, a warlock. Something to do with not liking traditional values and or relationships. No belief system. False contracts. Didn't choose wisely. Mental conflict in reverse. So some truths are coming out. This is the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, somebody was talking shit. Could have been doing magic. I don't know. Unwise counsel. So something's coming forth. Somebody could be very loosey-goosey, side-piecey. I don't know. Yeah, I'm blocking third eye chakra. Maybe somebody was trying to block your third eye chakra, block your intuition. Or they blocked theirs. If they were doing any kind of divination abuse, any kind of magic against you, they lost their third eye. 6 in reverse. Something's unbalanced. Yeah. Passions. Yeah, they could have been doing lust and love spells towards you or someone else, or company spells. Maybe that's how they're getting people into bed, if it's a loosey-goosey type of person. Somebody's taking action. This is new beginnings, new passion opportunities, growth and expansion. Going back to self, I just heard. I don't normally see that in this card, but standing in your power, creating. You have a new beginning. Somebody's feeling very passionate. Yeah, blocked. So whatever love spells, lust spells, come to me spells, it's been blocked. It's a backfire. So they're very passionate about you, obsessed with you maybe. No communication. They're trying to stop your forward motion. This is bad news. Yeah, it's over. Ending. If they did any unalive spells, maybe that's where they're going. I don't know. But this is change. Okay, you're ending one cycle, about ready to go into a new one. This is the Phoenix rising. You're opening up. So somebody's you opening up your throat chakra and speaking your truth about a relationship, about, I don't know, God, a belief system, on a platform, even dealing with an institution, a contract, or something. You opening up your throat chakra has changed things for you or others, maybe, because you know somebody lied. Okay, they were trying to manipulate people with their words, word witchery, no truth or clarity. There we go. Poor decisions. Somebody's unstable here. They're in debt. They can't play games anymore. And they're not going to get their wishes. Okay? No wish fulfillment. They didn't want you having wish fulfillment. This is a fall from grace. Could be a demotion of some sort. Someone was putting on an act. They were very smug, full of themselves, selfish, and know it all, to show off. Could be a lot of partying going on. Doesn't have to be, but this is no emotional fulfillment or happiness. It's over. They don't want to be alone. Normally I see that in the Nine of Pentacles, but this is Nine of Cups type of thing. Somebody was regaling stories, trying to put on an act. Maybe they're trying to be you. Yeah, they're not going to come into material harvest. They didn't want you coming into material harvest. 9-9, if this resonates. They wanted to control it. Somebody was in their ego. Wow. Material harvest. Yep, they're blocked. They have to let go. They have to give up. Okay, it is what it is. It's not going to happen anymore. They didn't choose wisely. Maybe they were trying to confuse you and your choices. Didn't want to give you choices. Sorry. It's a bit long, but I'm trying to get a bead, you know, an idea as to where we're going with this, because it's different energies. I'm just trying to hone in on the stronger ones. So we have material and spiritual prosperity in reverse. So release expectations. Let go of expectations and allow things to unfold naturally. Maybe somebody didn't at one time. Maybe you're learning maybe that's you or someone else, but maybe you're learning to do this now. I know I had to learn to do this. Yeah, somebody has control issues, you or someone else, and that's fine if that's you. I had control issues, never realized it, but in certain areas of my life. Like I tried to explain, was it the other day, if somebody comes into your house and they want to touch your things, well, no, don't touch my things. You know what I mean? I'm funny that way. Or a doctor will say, try a new drug out, a new medication, and I have to look it up. I have to study it. I'm not going to take it willy-nilly anymore because I had side effects to prescriptions before. And I know some of these prescriptions are very, very dangerous. So I'm very leery. And I have to, recently I've discovered from being sick, I'm just going to have to put my trust in these doctors that they're doing the right thing for me and they know what they're doing. Because I was bucking against the system and I was preventing my own healing. Do you understand what I'm saying? I could have been, it didn't have to be this bad or go this long if I had just done what the doctor told me to do. But I thought, no, this is my body. I have a choice. You know what I mean? I'm going to listen to my body. I wasn't really listening to the doctor. The doctors go to school for all these years. You know, some doctors are bad, okay? There's two sides to every coin. But in this case, in my case, I'm doing myself a disservice by not listening. This doctor, the doctors at the hospital that I talked to, they were very caring doctors. They really wanted to see me not hurt, suffer, be sick. So I have to let go of my control issues. Control issues are present in the relationship. So this could be you controlling, trying to control something, the outcome, how people see things, your feelings, or it could be somebody else trying to pull some strings, you know, making you dance, monkey dance, push and pull. The push and pull in the relationship causes emotional instability, back and forth, struggle, love. That's not fun. Hot, cold, not fun. Now, this could be love. It could be family. It could be friend. It could be business. Mind that. Just be mindful of that, okay? So, supportive circle. You will encounter people who truly care and support you. As I was just saying about me not listening to the doctor, these people I discovered, they truly do care for me. They don't want to see me suffer. And this could be you too. It doesn't have to be your health. It could be anything else. Who you're with, who you're married to, who you're working with, who you're deciding to believe in. Take it for whatever it is. So, yeah. So these people are going to respect your boundaries. Obviously, whomever you were with before or you are with now, because it could be past, present, future, they're not respectful of your boundaries. The other person respects your personal space and boundaries. You're getting a new perspective on the situation. Someone helps you see things from a new perspective. If somebody's going to breach through your boundaries when you've set them, when you've put them in place, and they are going to disregard that, overstep, that tells you something about that person. They don't respect you. And if they're going to step over one boundary, they're going to step over every boundary you set, okay? So they put you in a love triangle, so it could be it is a relationship. Hidden emotional entanglement is present. There's a lot of unspoken tensions. Tensions lurk beneath the surface. Unfiltered truth. Someone will speak their unfiltered truth, either to you or this is you. You spoke your truth. They want to confess. Someone is about to confess their true feelings to you. They were keeping secrets, guard secrets, or be asked to keep one. Somebody was asked to keep a secret. Pushing boundaries yet again. Someone may be testing your limits because they're two-faced. It's a friendship test. Someone was playing both sides. I was picking this up yesterday. I didn't post yesterday. I decided not to because it was all over the place. And Spirit, again, I was stubborn, thinking I knew best. They initially told me take the day off. What did I do? I went and did a read. Didn't listen. But then at the end of the day, I went, okay, you're right, Spirit. Spirit's always right, right? They know best. But it was all over the place. It was about somebody's ex was sleeping with somebody's friend. And there could have been a pregnancy, and they were playing you in your face. That's not everybody's story, but that just come up, and that's what it reminded me of here. Friendship test, boundaries, blah, blah, blah. And the friend is a secret hater. They really don't hate you. They want to be you. You know, they're obsessed with you. And anybody that does that, you know, they go behind your back and they try to screw up your life. They want a piece of you. They want to be you. They're obsessed with you. They're your energy. They sleep with whomever you're seeing. You know what I mean? There's an inferiority and superiority complex going on here. They want to be superior to you, but they know they're inferior. Okay, because they don't want to do the work. You're not walking around with a puffed out chest thinking you're better than anybody else. But this person wants to be better than you. It makes them feel better about themselves. Well, you know, if I can pass myself off better than this person, then I've got a maid. Right? No. So we have material and spiritual prosperity, reverse, release expectations, spiritual attack. So if you were worried, if you under the impression or you're suspecting somebody's doing spiritual attacks, yes, they are. They're bending wills. Maybe they want to hurt you. Maybe they're trying to bend your will so you give in to their advances. Whatever this is wrong. 12-12 when I said that. And it's going to go back on them. They're very obsessed with you possibly right now. Yeah, they want intimacy. They want you in the sack. They want to plug in and get some energy off you. Attach themselves, cloak themselves in your energy. Passion coming into union, chemistry, missing you. They want you to chase after them so they can feel good about themselves. Take it for whatever that is. But there might be something to do with yesterday's read. I don't know. That's your ex. Unfaithful love triangle. Ex is in question. They're fighting here. Trust issues, one-sided, detached. Somebody's very envious. That could be whomever they were with and or this ex-friend if it's the same story. There's unknown callers. Stalking, hanging up in unknown numbers. Hurting, crying, depressed, pain and sorrow, guilt, apology, remorsefulness, shamed. They could be feeling guilty, I don't know, or they want you to feel guilty. Someone's being guided here. Faith, healing, and intuition and dreams. You're being guided. You're being guided. Maybe you're indirectly guiding this person. Somebody's on the road, maybe. Stop that. Stubborn. That didn't have to be there, but it popped up. Stubborn. So somebody's being stubborn. You or someone else. So material and spiritual prosperity in reverse 6. Everything's gone. So they could have chosen a karmic relationship over you. Very karmic, or this is a karmic relationship. You had to end these karmic ties with this person. So release. You might have to do a cord cutting. Release expectations and spiritual attack. Nothing's working on you, I just heard. Hit and run. They wanted to hit and quit it. Money's more important than love. So that could be the past. This is what they want to come back in and do again. They need some money. They need some energy. They need something from you. They could have had a hit and run with a car. Take it for whatever that is. Money's more important than love. So let them stay with their money. You're being protected. An angel protection. And they won't change ever. Okay? They're not going to change. You're being protected. Or they can't change your mind ever. 111. This is a spiritual awakening. Coming back to self. I heard that yet again. It's a new beginning for you. Unexpected help is arriving. Money's being flushed down the drain. So if they were doing spell work or paying for it, it's for nothing. They're losing a lot of money. Somebody's a drama queen. It could be the third party doing these spell works too. They're doing love and lust spells on you and your ex. And their person or persons are doing unalive spells on you because they're jealous with glamour spells or whatever, right? Cloaking themselves in your energy. Rejection is God's protection. You know that. Somebody was online dating. This is where they found each other. This could be a romance scammer couple yet again, I just heard. Yeah, there's a deep spiritual connection. And I always liken the divine beings as swans, right? Because they're regal and they're royal. And they're very protected. You play with them. Governments here in Canada, anyways, the UK, Australia, I'm sure everywhere else, Commonwealth, you're in trouble. Okay, they're protected by the crown. This is infatuation and obsession. So somebody in the equation, possibly the third party, wants to be a divine being. They're trying to be you, take your place. And they got married to somebody thinking they can, pull this off. I don't know. It's time to move on. Bye. Changing your living situation. Theirs are yours. You could have had children with them. You could have been married to them at one point. Somehow, some way, for whatever reason, these people can't leave you alone. You've moved on. Get over it, people. They made a poor decision. They're no longer looking forward to profiting off of you and your energy or your relationships. Okay, these spiritual attacks possibly caused a hit and run. They're trying to bend your will to come in so they can plug in for like 5 minutes, pump and dump, and then leave, or the other way around. Money's more important than love, so they can just, go pump and dump themselves, okay, as far as I'm concerned. Roll up your fucking 20 and shove it up your ass. Love money that much? Shove it up your ass. There we go. Where are we going, Spirit? Thank you. Somebody's assessed a situation. You didn't go down the same route that they expected you to. With authority, you know who you were, and they didn't. They didn't want to know who you were. They assumed they knew. This is going to be some communication coming through. They're getting the message here. Okay, it could be a younger person. Who knows? New beginnings, judgment. They're under divine judgment. That's overarching energy. You made the right call here. This is an awakening, a spiritual awakening. Somebody may want a second chance with you. They underestimated you. They're looking back at the past. Something to do with an investment. They underestimated you. They're looking back at you. They want to come back, maybe? They're here to harvest. You knew it. So what's your call? Have at it. Have at it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do what they're going to do. You can't stop them, so let them have at it. Vengeance is his, saith the Lord. They're not going to hurt you. You know that by now. Go nuts. Go. Yeah, go do what you do. Continue in the same vein. We're almost done now, okay? Have at it. This is awareness. They're under divine judgment. This is awareness. They have to take accountability. They were attacking you. Somebody's gunning for you. This is fast communication, fast action. Could be first responders. Got to balance something out, making a head of a heart decision, weighing options. You're still balanced. In alignment. Making a head of a heart decision. You're trying to keep something in check here. What's the lesser of the two evils? Somebody was juggling somebody. Somebody's angry. Could be a biker. Yeah, coming in as friends, love, fealty, and or support. This is an offer. The Knight of Cups is typically coming from a good place, but it's a knight. It's not a king. It's not an emperor, male or female. They feel it at the time, but they bore easy. They need to be entertained. They haven't gone through all their lessons yet. I'm not saying they're a bad person at all. This is coming from their heart, but their mind changes. There's a lot of clouds here in the background. They don't see things as they truly are. Maybe, wearing Pollyanna glasses or rose-colored glasses. Maybe you're dealing with a Pollyanna, or you were at one point. It's not wish fulfillment. Somebody's partying a lot. Fall from grace. Demoted. No emotional fulfillment or happiness. So somebody wants to come into relationships or friendships without any deep ties. They're not used to that. Opening up emotionally. So that's emotions. Knight of Cups. They don't want to open up emotionally. They play with people's emotions, maybe, or people are playing with theirs. I don't know. Friends, yeah. Somebody's a liar. Playing with their emotions, all right. Queen of Swords in reverse, male or female. Place the genders where it belongs. Somebody's a liar because they're jealous. They're vindictive. They're bitter. They're hateful and scornful. Angry here. Somebody could have went ice cold on someone as well. Real bitch, real asshole. You know what I'm saying? Thinking they're smart. They're not very smart. So they lied. Yeah, there's bad news. No communication. They threw rocks and they hit ants. They felt entitled. They're a drama starter. They're juvenile. They don't like being alone. They always need outside validation. Not very inspirational or creative. How you know? Yeah. Someone lied about a child. Somebody's not a child. Somebody's a father. Somebody's bossed up and take back their power. There's been no communication. Somebody's angry. No longer speaking to somebody. Yeah, illumination, letting go and letting God, surrendering. This is overcoming. No more delays. Letting go. Overcoming. Not waiting any longer. Somebody's acting like a martyr. Yeah, you're moving on. This is radical acceptance. You let go. Or somebody's going to let go. Could be an arrest as well. It could be the police. I mean, this is the Chariot, right? Overcoming. This is taking control of a situation. Radical acceptance. They need to take accountability. Having discipline. Direction, structure, discipline. Moving forward. You're moving forward anyways. You could be moving or traveling. Maybe some bad decisions here. False contract. There's no harmony. I'm trying to keep something in balance. Trying to keep on track with something, maybe. This is obviously universally driven. It's victory. Taking the initiative. Finding some motivation. Yep, moving on. This is a mother, a mature woman, a pregnancy, or it's a divine feminine energy. Down to earth. Very unconditional love. Creating something new. So you let go and you move forward. You create something new. Because there's a lot of unconditional love here for yourself. Okay, you have to love yourself first. Charity begins at home. You're creating something new. Somebody's feeling some kind of way, rejected and abandoned. They're pouting, they're moping, they're grieving and regretting. Maybe missing you, maybe you're missing someone. Bored and dissatisfied. Maybe you're bored right now, you want to take some action. Travel, maybe. Where's the Empress here, please? Hierophant. Married. Committed. Dealing with institutions, belief systems, or tradition. So somebody could have let you go. They lied. Maybe they weren't into traditional relationships. Obviously, they wanted to go have fun elsewhere. This could be the divine protecting you as well, or an institution, contract, or you're on a platform somewhere. Somebody's remembering something to do with children, married with children. They're having nostalgic memories. This is family. You're finally going to get your flowers. Kind of wish somebody got married for some sort of stability. This guy's eyeballing your necklace. Oh yeah, how much can I pawn that off for? Something to do with the past. Or is this happening now, or they want to come back? They want to reconcile. Somebody's bound to something, to a karmic. Addictions, obsessions, codependency issues. It could be a contract and or taxes. They're losing money. Somebody stole money. What is this? Huge. Come back here. Could be an arrest, police coming through. Gonna have to show up in court. Could be a mother, a mature woman, a pregnant. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of manipulation going on here. Magician in reverse, not having all the resources they need. Somebody didn't take any action. Somebody doesn't have all the resources they need. A lot of illusions, deception, manipulation, two-faced, out of control, unfocused, can't focus, loss of power. Could be magic. Yeah, they have no protection. They can't hold back any longer. Somebody wants to open up. They're insecure and unstable. They have no savings. They have no protection. There's financial ruin, spiritual jail. They want to come back in from out of the cold, maybe. Oh, boy. No saving grace, I just heard. Somebody's trying to find their confidence for something. Could even be illness or injury. Pentacles could be physical. Yeah, they're unstable. They really wanted you to look unstable. They left you high and dry. Don't want to be alone. This is unstable and insecure for sure. Greedy and selfish. Having financial difficulties. Not very mature. Bad business. Financial difficulties or financial crimes. Somebody's scared. They're sick. They need to heal. They don't want to heal. This could be a scandal of some sort. They're exhausted. They said you were sick. They're scared. This is strength in reverse. Loss of control. Four of Swords. Let's see how they scapegoated you. This is the end of a family or a group or dealing with a home wrecker. Somebody's not happy with a third party. Third party could have a third party. Friends. Somebody wants to reconcile here. There's a celebration of sorts. I just heard when the cat's away, the mice will play. With friends. Loss of family because of friends, because of a third party. Opportunists, pleasure seeking. This is an opportunist. This is stability. This is something tangible. It could be health as well. A lot of people were getting something out of this situation. Paid to say you were crazy, emotionally unstable, and emotionally and mentally unstable. So we took advantage of an opportunity. You were bragging about it, showing off. 6 of Wands in the upright. Or they said something on public record or publicly about you. He was going through a dark night of the soul. You were able to leave your past hurts behind you. You saw an opportunity and took it. The truth is coming out. They can't hide this any longer. There's no confusion. You've healed. You're a healer. You're at peace. Somebody's contemplating, strategizing. They need to put something to rest here. They could be dreaming about you. Be acting like they don't care about you, but they're popping their head up to keep an eye on you, and you know it. It's obvious. It's obvious to other people, too. The moon's in reverse. Yeah, bad investment. They lost a lot of money. They didn't want to invest in you. They can't go any further here, okay? Whatever this is, it's stopped. They didn't take care, nurture, and or water these seeds. They didn't take roots. They didn't want to invest, or this is a misappropriation of funds. This is a tower moment. They have to relocate. No proof or evidence backing up their false allegations about you. This is the universe coming in to take care of it, okay? Yeah, there's truth and clarity. They're being exposed. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, this is healing, bossing up, taking back your power. This could be you or someone else. It's the Emperor, okay? It could be a father figure, a boss, or a leader, male or female. It could be a divine masculine energy, taking action, having authority and power, protecting your throne, making the right decisions for everyone involved, okay? Very established, wise, yeah. Higher level soulmate connection, realizing a third party got involved, or having to make a decision here, using your higher wisdom. This is a blessing, by the way, and elevating. This is a contract of some sort with the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody's stable and secure. It's an epiphany. Somebody's going to be backing you up or protecting you or stepping in for you, or this is you stepping in for the Queen of Pentacles. She's down to earth, knows their value and their worth, has integrity, loyalty, and honesty, is creative, stable, and secure, hardworking, abundant, and independent, nurturing and caring and healing. You're minding your own business, in other words. Yeah, this is not your wish fulfillment. Somebody could be sick, feeling ashamed of how they treated you. Somebody stuck in their north node. They had no belief system and no spiritual protection. It's not wish fulfillment, losing hope. They wanted you to lose hope. So they could be feeling ashamed. They need to talk to you. The truth is coming out, truth and clarity. You took a different approach. This is a breakthrough for you. They could have been targeting you, okay? It's fast communication, action, and or travel. 8 of Wands. Typically, the 8 of Wands is good news. The rods of love. Could be 8 people wanting to talk to you. 8 people involved, feeling ashamed of themselves for how they treated you. They wanted you back in yourself. No, it ain't going to happen. They know you have no faith in them. Some sort of communication is coming through. They're really worried. They got to talk to you or somebody's talking. They can't eat or sleep. They're anxious, burdened. This is what they placed you through. I don't know. You're remaining emotionally balanced, stable, mature, loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. Could be a mother figure. Doesn't have to be. Could be a male. You used your intuition here. This is the biggest cup of love. Unconditional love. You're very generous of spirit. Non-judgmental, but you're not going to... How do I explain this? You judge... We all judge. Okay, in a way. But you know what this person's personas about. You know what they do. You just don't bring it up because you don't judge. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know what they're all about, but you care for them just the same. You know you're not there to change a person unless they want to change. You can't change anybody's ways. You can't. You just can set an example if you're lucky. If you're lucky, and not all of us do. Some of us are kicked in the chops for trying to do the right thing, show the right way. I remember when my son was little, a baby, I could have sat at home on welfare. I really could have. You know, it would have been easier. I could have spent more time with my son, going to the park, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I thought, no, I got to teach my son that working, being independent is the right way to do it. I mean, it's a godsend when you need the help and welfare is there for you. Some sort of aid is there for you. You pay into the system for that luxury or that saving grace if and when you need it. And it's not meant to be living on. You shouldn't be living on welfare, okay? Because if you're living on welfare, you have to reassess your priorities here. You're teaching your children this is how to do it, okay? So that's what I did. I didn't want to teach my son to sit on welfare. The easy way out. I mean, it is easy, but it's not really their money. He's not paying into it type of thing. You know what I mean? You're taking more than you're giving. It's meant for emergencies. And some people didn't like me saying that. Who do you think you are? Laughing at me, you know? Well, it's too bad. I invested in myself. Invest in yourself. That's what it is. So, Seven of Pentacles, invest in yourself. Exactly. There's something to do. Somebody underestimated you. You planted these seeds, watered them, nurtured them. Somebody's looking back, waiting. Somebody was harvesting from you. And you just you kept going forward, minding your own business because you knew eventually it was going to catch up with them. And they knew. Something to do with an investment, possibly. Could be monetarily or time-wise or energy. I don't know. Somebody was harvesting for sure. They're being exposed. It's public humiliation. They're hiding something from the public. They're hiding from the public. Wanted to hide you from the public. There's proof and evidence of something here. They wanted to disgrace you. Somebody got caught. They have to come clean. They're not getting away with this. They have no... They were trying to make it look like you were lying, cheating, and or stealing. And you're not. They got paid or paid others to say this or do this to you. They got caught paying others to do this to you. Or, you know, you got to balance something out. Yeah, death. Maybe yet. Unalive spells. This is coming to an end. It is coming to an end. So we got caught. They were giving and receiving with others. They got to give and take. I don't know. This is a payback. Something to do with payback. You are the phoenix rising. You balanced out your life, and here you go. New beginnings, okay? This is the end of this. Bull crap. Yeah, fallen angels, sick, unstable, impatient, no reconciling, no conflict resolution, no peace, harmony, or contentment. Somebody went to extremes in inappropriate behavior. There could be addictions and obsessions here. This is destruction. Could have lost a child to addiction or a younger person. Somebody's feeling abandoned and rejected, having an emotional outburst. They're not sorry. They were doing magic. So they're discombobulated because of magic. They could send you unalive spells. It could be threats. They paid somebody to do this to you. Somebody got caught. Somebody's immature, insincere, and very childish. They're not sorry for what they've done. Okay? So they could have tried to unalive you, and it wound up backfiring onto somebody else, a younger person, and they didn't see it coming. There's a stalemate here. They don't know what to do now. They're acting like the victim. Okay, I get it. So whoever in this equation sent you unalive spells, it was to get rid of you because of envy or whatever. Wanted you out of the way, wanted to be you, whatever this was. And instead of it hitting you, it hit some younger person. Pardon me. And now they're acting like the victim. They went around saying that you were doing magic on them. It's kind of like a crusade, a hate train. Didn't want to let go. It didn't serve. Didn't see that coming, okay? They didn't plan this one out. They weren't expecting it, right? Yeah, because you're alone, so you're not going to be speaking to anybody. There's illumination or somebody investigated something. They didn't foresee this. They had no vision. They were trying to block your vision, block you from moving forward. Did I stutter? That came up. That was there. So somebody's online. They're watching and they're waiting. They're spying. Could be investigation or under surveillance. Learning something here. They're getting karma. So they're learning. Other people or they are learning that this is the karma. If they lost somebody close to them, this was their karma. Yeah. Somebody's emotionally manipulative, okay? They're in their emotions. Could be drinking, or they've been drinking or under the influence of something all this time. Very emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable and immature. They could be in their emotions. This is their karma. They wanted you coming back into another karmic timeline or cycle with them. They can't adapt to this change. Obviously, if they're grieving, very sad, right? Drowning their feelings, trying to numb themselves, not coming into any kind of material harvest. This is some very malicious and ruthless and careless and dangerous, potentially. It could be two people or one. Narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath. Normally I say narc when I see the King of Swords in reverse. I'm really picking up there's more problems than that. Okay? Dangerous. This is somebody who had no authority to do this, spiritual or otherwise. Okay? Not very smart. Maybe they numb themselves and do stupid things under the influence. I don't know. Or it's two people. This is somebody who's very abusive. They lie. They lie. Now they got a lot of burdens on their back. They're carrying this around with them. Trying to prove that you do magic. You're the whore. You're this, that, the other thing. Male or female. Place the genders where it belongs, okay? Somebody's very verbally, mentally, emotionally. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Now it's in reverse. Somebody wants to unburden themselves. Or you're not worried. You're not taking their burdens on. Ending a cycle here. Letting go, letting God. Letting go, giving up. They're angry. They're mad. They want your guard to get down. You're unbothered. Ever since you let them go, you're unbothered. They're getting let go. You let them go. You're walking away. They're going to have to walk away. They're facing the unknown. They couldn't block you from walking away. That's what it is. You're in search of your 9th and 10th cup, which is emotional fulfillment or happiness. You hurt their ego and their pride by walking away and never looking back. I just heard, whoa. So if this person's high in their ego, and maybe they're used to people coming back, that struggle love, back and forth, that tells them that's their language. It tells them, oh, they care about me, they're jealous. And they do it on purpose, right? They just want to go back and forth, take what they can out of you. But you hurt their pride because you never came back. You let them go. Bye. Yeah, they don't want to be alone. They don't want anybody knowing this. Oh, well. Hermit in reverse. Don't want to heal. Don't want to be alone. Can't be alone. You know your value and your worth. They're thinking maybe they might have an opportunity with you again. You're ignoring them. They don't want you to ignore them. They're trying to hide the fact that they're not ignoring you. I don't know. They took advantage of you. They were disrespectful and ungrateful. They wanted you to accept their bullshit. You're ending a cycle. You did end a cycle. Or they can't ignore you. Maybe you're out in the public eye somehow. They think they can still have an opportunity with you. Ending a cycle to travel? There's going to be some fast communication, action, and or travel here. You learned your lessons here. You can be out in the public eye as well. This is victory. This is protection, moving, and or traveling. Something's happening quickly. 8 of Wands is typically good news. It might make you cry, you know, good news. No, it might make them cry. Somebody's angry. They bit off more than they can chew. It's all ego. So they want to talk to you because out of ego, out of pride. They want to dominate you. It's not because they want to do the right thing by you. They want to attack you. They want to fight. They made up allegations and accusations about you that were unfounded. You didn't want to fight or compete for this person. They're feeling overwhelmed, defeated. Yeah, third party. They're colluding, collaborating with other people. They can't block you from creating something new, making plans with other people, working with other people. Yeah, somebody's a greedy, jealous asshole, male or female, a bully, a spendthrift. They care about their image, right? It's all about image. Could be some corruption going on here with money or something like that, but it's all for gain. It's what they get into relationships for what they can get out of it. Energy, money, stability, whatever. You were a soulmate connection with this person. They wanted to have control over you. They're jealous because maybe you went into a new relationship with someone else, or you will be, and they know it's going to be a strong bond. Or somebody in the equation knows that what you had with that, yeah, this is balance coming. Somebody's going to balance something out here. A twin flame, maybe. Higher level soulmate connection. Could be marriage. Could be a home, family. Some sort of business and or stability is coming through. Somebody doesn't want to pay. Didn't want to learn a lesson. They bore false witness against you. No new beginnings. Somebody's in debt. They took a huge gamble and lost. No new beginnings. Didn't take a practical approach. Divination abuse. You're getting your, maybe they're doing divination abuse and they're finding out that you're coming into your justice and your stability. You'll be happy here. Yeah, I've seen through the illusions. You peeped their game. You broke free from this person. You have no addictions, no obsessions, no codependency issues. They can't bind you. Non-binding contracts. You don't do toxicity. You let it go. Yeah, you have integrity, loyalty, and honesty. This has been a long time here. Somebody needs to take accountability. You passed the test. We're all being tested. You're reliable, dependable, mature, and responsible. And you're certainly not lazy. They were trying to delay you. This is family discord. This is not into, maybe they came and wanted to commit to you or said they wanted to, but they're non-committal. No long-term relations here or stability. They could be losing everything. Trying to stall something. Going to jail, stuck in their head, feeling trapped. They tried to bind you for this money. For this narrative. There's too many obstacles to overcome. This is self-imposed. They're getting a good look at themselves in the mirror here. They could have been doing mirror magic, or somebody in the equation was. Yeah, they're not free to do whatever they want to do. They have multiple options. They're bound to these options, to these illusions. I don't know. Hopeful, wishful thinking that they can come back around again, meet you in calm waters, or get away with this. I don't know. You've moved on to a better place. Yeah, this was a betrayal. It's a harsh and painful end. They could be on the run. Somebody could be transitioning. Betrayed by their friends, their circle. There's conflict, competition, jealousy, rivalry, and drama. Five of Wands. They wanted you to be part of the competition. Yeah, love. Competing for love, emotions, the energy. This is self-love, new love, true love coming through for you. This is new beginnings, extreme happiness, emotional fulfillment and happiness. This is emotional intelligence. You're this rare pearl, okay? You have a lot of strength and courage, integrity, loyalty, and honesty. Strong feelings. Somebody wanted to dominate you. They were in their emotions. They were in their ego, I should say. It's a point of pride for them. You soothe the beast within. You're a calming influence to this person. You're in control. They wanted to control you. This is a false contract, ending a third-party situation, a collaboration. Somebody's trying to find the strength and courage to end a collaboration. It's not getting along. Plans are falling through. Not getting along together. Making that decision. Going to the crossroads. Watching from afar. Moving forward. Making plans. Plans are falling through. Somebody's lazy and very disrespectful. They chose the path they wound up on. Yeah, gathering some information, learning something new. Maybe you are doing divination, definitely watching divination. Maybe you're going to get some pearls of wisdom through divination that's going to make you think and help you make a decision. I don't know. It could be a younger person, doesn't have to be. But this is good sound advice, good sound decisions, starting off slow, practical approach, new beginnings, good financial news. Investing in yourself. It's going to be a while, but it's good. Hey, yeah, and you bossed up. Look at you, Queen of Wands in reverse, male or female. You found your confidence here. You took control back. You took authority back of your life, possibly. Somebody's got to pay the Queen of Wands. You're unafraid. You're very bold. You're magnetic right now, and you're attracting, and you're attractive and charming. You've created something, or you will create something that's beautiful for you. You see the bulls in the background, and whenever I see bulls like this with the horns, I think of Wall Street, or here in Toronto, it's Bay Street, the markets. You took a gamble. You invested in yourself. It's going to pay off. Maybe you were a little stubborn at the time, but you had to be. You had to prove to be, right? You had to stick to your guns. You're unafraid. You're creating something new. You are a leader of sorts. You took the lead, and you're divinely protecting guided. Yeah, you took a leap of faith. This is a new beginning for you. This is innocent. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, it's going to lead to something exciting. There was a sly fox around watching and or maybe trying to deviate you from your path. Somebody feels like a fool, right? They thought you were a fool. You're not. You're not afraid to take chances, right? Calculated risks. You're not going to risk it all if you're going to lose everything. But usually when you take a calculated risk, it's because you know if you lose, you can take that risk. You can take it on the chin. You can just start over again. You know what I'm saying? But there's some sly fox here that was trying to deviate you, talk you out of it maybe, or somebody else. You're not going back to the past. You're moving forward, okay? You don't care about the past anymore. You're not taking much with you. That satchel is small. Okay, they could have been shit-talking you, abusing you mentally, emotionally, verbally, and psychologically, but you healed your heart. You're no longer heartbroken over the past. They feel like a fool that they didn't heal their heart. I don't know. But this is a blessing in disguise, okay? Because you've learned. So we could have a heart blockage of some sort. There's no new beginnings. You have no more passion left for whomever this is or whatever this is. No growth or expansion where you were. Man, a lot of secrecy here. They're trying to block your your intuition, your third eye, or somebody else's. You're not saying much. You've blocked them. There is not going to be a new beginning with whatever this is or whomever this is. You know the truth. This is a deep knowing. This is a high intuition, good counsel, very balanced, no communication, lots of secrets here. Yeah. Somebody was secretly partying all the time, trying to be you. It's a fall from grace. They were wishing for you to take a fall from grace. They didn't want you having wish fulfillment. And they know they're not your wish fulfillment. They're not your cup of tea. Somebody was very smug with themselves, right? It's a fail. They got demoted. If it's a higher level soulmate, they could have been demoted for how they treated you. Sorry, it's very general the last 2 days. I don't know what's going on with the transits. I don't know. Take it for whatever it is. Don't take it on if you don't know what it's all about. So somebody made some poor decisions. Running out of options. No viable options. Material, spiritual prosperity in a shitter. Poor decisions. They're getting consequences. False contracts. One way, one-sided. Their way or the highway. This is very karmic. It's a karmic lesson that you needed to learn and end this. Cut cords. Whatever you need to do. So if somebody's looking at what they stood to gain, what they wanted to gain was this, and it didn't turn out that way. They made a poor decision. They backed the wrong horse up or something like that, or made the wrong decisions, right? So release expectations, or this could be you in the past. You chose wrong, you had to start over again. You released expectations, and now you're on the rise. It could go different ways. So the control issues, somebody was playing puppet master, playing you as a puppet, pulling strings, take it for whatever that is. That's over here. Control issues are present in this relationship. They were doing spiritual attacks. Maybe that's how they were controlling you or others. Definitely trying to still do this. Again, it's not working. It's backed up onto them. Yeah, they're using sex to get people in the sack. What's that say about them? If you have to use sex, if you have to use spell work to get people to be interested in you in any kind of way, what's that say about that person? That's embarrassing. Okay? Hit and run. Hit and quit it. That's what they wanted. Money's more important than love. You were protected, or you are protected. So just know that. Don't, because this person's not going to ever change. Okay? It is what it is. So they're not willing to heal. They're not willing to grow and evolve. Well, that's between them and God. It has nothing to do with you. I know you say it does have something to do with you. I'm not dismissing that. But in the end, no. How God wants to deal with them, treat them, what their punishment is, their karma. It's none of your business. Really, it's not. Maybe if you're lucky, God will allow you to know some of it. You know? Listen, I got your back. Everything they did and said towards you didn't go unnoticed. It's now time. How are we ending this for the collective? Yeah, the altar priestess. So somebody was doing spell work. Preparation, prayer, sacred ritual, 39. They maybe tried to sacrifice you. Now they're stuck. Didn't want to let go. Didn't want to look at things from a different perspective. No illumination. They were trying to stall something. They didn't think you can overcome this. They can't overcome this. Now they're going to have to maybe sacrifice themselves or something, one of their own. Or they didn't want anybody to know that it backed up onto somebody else and they lost somebody, okay? Yeah, the Metal King. This isn't a king. This is a it's either a page, at the very best, it's a knight. They haven't learned their lessons. 37. It's karma. That's the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody wanted your destiny. There's a lot going on here. I apologize. It's falling back onto them. It's a reversal of fortune. Maybe they were trying to reverse abundance, you know what I mean? And wealth transfers or something like that. They were trying to breach your boundaries. They maybe did breach your boundaries, firewalls, energetic boundaries, electronics, and or your home, or just your life, wearing a mask. But that's all over with. Discipline, armor, and boundaries. No discipline. They have no protection. They left themselves wide open, I just heard. So the Swan Queen is not regal. It's in reverse. Swans to me are regal. They're divine beings. 13 in reverse. They're resisting change. They don't want things to change. This is something that was done over and over again. They didn't want to learn a lesson. It's getting old. It's a big, profound ending and loss for whomever this is. They couldn't take you out if that's what their intent was. Okay? Rainbow Prince, you were promised you were always going to be protected and by the divine. That's a covenant. A covenant is a promise between you and God. You might be seeing rainbows everywhere. Might be an element of same-sex relations here. Take it only if it applies. 26, you're very strong. You have the might of God behind you. Okay, so compensation, perseverance. So you persevered. You're being compensated. 39. It is, these tests is to test our mettle. It's to remind us as to who we are. Because when we're here in this realm, we don't remember what we're here to do. Everybody has a purpose. We just got to find out. It's like a puzzle. It's a maze down here. It's like we're in a thick lake of, I don't know, it's like we're wearing cement shoes, being tied down, blinded, our ears are stopped up, our memories are wiped, and we're in this thick soup of, I don't know, wallowing, being weighed down. And then on top of that, life happens. People come in and they add more to it, pile it on, and we can't seem to get out of it unless we go within and we remember who we are. And if we're always being distracted and not being able to think, not being able to piece things together, not even unable to go within and see how we check in with ourselves. How do I feel about the situation? I feel kind of funny. I don't know why I feel this way. Do you understand? Do you ever feel like that? You feel funny, something's off, but you can't put your finger on it. It's because you need some quiet time to think. Something is wrong. Something is not right. But you have too many distractions around you, whether it's work, family, children, life, relations, and they're distracting you. Maybe they don't know why they're doing it. It's not on purpose, but do you understand what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to say it and I can't. So the altar priestess, preparation, prayer, sacred ritual. The stage is set and the world is waiting for you to take your place in sacred meditation and prayer. As your ally, the altar priestess brings the ritual of reverent interaction with the mundane world. You're being required now to see everything as sacred, all of life as a meditation, and every action as a prayer of devotion. I realized that yesterday. Everywhere I looked, almost everywhere I looked, there were signs everywhere. And they're coming in fast and furious. Spirit is really talking, guiding, okay? There's new guides coming in. I don't know if that's for everybody, but it's definitely a message I got yesterday. New guides are coming in because we're stepping it up. I guess we're stepping it up in energetic, whatever is going on in the background, but they're stepping it up. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you're being required now to see everything as sacred, all of life as a meditation, and every action as a prayer of devotion. When you're able to perceive the world in this way, your question will lead you to the appropriate answer. They are guiding you. If all is sacred, how can anything be wrong? Ask how you can shift your consciousness to see your circumstances through the eyes of the divine, and you will realize how perfect and sacred everything is right now. That reminds us, if it comes up again, I'll mention it. So the Metal King in 37 in reverse, so it's the challenger. Be mindful of codependency and enmeshment when the Metal King comes as your challenger. He's inviting you to address how overwhelmed you may be around other people. Do you pick up their feelings like a sponge? Do you feel you need to heal them so that you can feel better? I was like that. I wasn't even realizing I was picking up their energy. You know what I mean? You go to a party and all of a sudden you get angry or you feel jealous or, I don't know, you're feeling uncomfortable and self-conscious. I would get all these feelings all at once at one night type of thing. And I was like, what the fuck's going on with me? I always think it was me. Turns out I was empathetic. I was picking up other people's energies. Get grounded. Be clear about your own personal boundaries. And restrain yourself when you feel like jumping in to help without being asked. This is also a warning against forming unhealthy relationships in any area of your life. So if you know a relationship's not healthy, don't pursue it. Do you understand what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that person's bad. It just means they're not a healthy fit for you at this time. You're going to have to make sacrifices. I like a lot of people out there, but some people are not healthy for me. I can't be around them. And it's kind of selfish of me. They think I'm selfish, but I'm not. It's self-preservation. Not everybody grows at the same rate and elevates. Not everybody elevates, at the same time. So they have to find their own way just like you did. Right? You can't push them to do it. You can't make them. You can lead a horse to water. You can't make them drink. You could be an example or try to be a good example. But at the end of the day, it's up to them, right? Just like it was up to you. 13, Swan Queen in reverse, challenger. When the Swan Queen appears to challenge you, it's time to stop doubting your inner voice. Don't let your analytical mind prevent you from seeing the miracles that Spirit places in front of you. So if you're doubting Thomas, stop that, okay? Another message the Swan Queen shows you in the mirror of your life is your fear of change. It could be a creature habit, I get it. Why fear what's inevitable? Everything in life changes and transforms from one moment to the next. Holding on to the past only distorts and mangles the natural order of things. If you can, in spite of your fear, be gentle with yourself and allow for change. Go with it. You know what I'm saying? Go with the flow, see where it goes. Don't be so resistant. Only beauty will come of it. Most important, a shift in perspective is what's called for now. And it could be for you or the people you're dealing with. I don't know. So you're going to have to place it where it belongs because at the end of the day, only you know what's you know your story best. I'm sorry to those who've gone in the comments section and asked me like pointed questions about your life. Will this happen? What can I do? Blah, blah, blah. I wish I can give you the answers you seek. I wish I can help you in that regard, but I cannot. Okay? I'm not a therapist. I'm not a clinician. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert in your life. Only you are. If I start giving one person advice, I'm going to have to give everybody advice. It's not fair. Do you understand what I'm saying? Plus, a lot of times we have to come to these conclusions ourselves. There could be a price to pay if somebody comes in and just does the work for you. Do you understand? I wish I can help you, and I'm very, very sorry, okay? That's why I don't answer. The other thing is if you're going to place people's names in your comment, like, it's people you're dealing with. This is, oh, Sally Brown did this to me, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to like it because I don't know these people, and I don't want these people thinking I'm endorsing what you're saying. And other things, too, okay? It is what it is. I try to stay away from the politics and the religious, my religion's better than yours stuff. Everybody, that's your opinion, that's your life, that's what you like, and that's what you want. I'm not here to say yay or nay, but I'm not a fence sitter either. I have my own opinions. It's just I'm not going to take people's sides. And do you understand what I'm saying? I'm here for everybody. No matter what you believe in. I'm just here to do what I'm doing, okay? So shark, okay, we say peacock, beware of great pride. So somebody was peacocking. It's all ego, right? So somebody's got to drop the ego. Shark, take care or there will be loss of material wealth. That could be for you or them. I'm really picking up as them. They thought they were this big shark and they could play whatever games they were playing and nobody would know, but it's all, no, they're a goldfish, not a shark. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. So this is you. They wanted to increase material wealth thinking they were a shark. They're not. They could have been bragging about it too. It's all blowing up in their face. I just heard dumb luck. So leg. Stepping into a new experience. This could be you. Definitely for them. They're learning some lessons. Maybe you got some nice gams or something. You know what I'm saying? So feather. Oh, I found a feather today. It's in my purse. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. Elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. It's definitely a spiritual journey as well. So you might be traveling. I don't know. But an elephant never forgets. And to me, elephants are very regal, majestic animals. Very in tune, very empathic, spiritual. Older man, you or someone else that you're dealing with. Dealings with a relationship with an older man. Seahorse. Family matters. But the strange thing is, correct me if I'm wrong, seahorses, it's the males that give birth. Could be a single father here that you're dealing with, or you could be a single father. I don't know. And candle, you will be shown the way. So you're being shown the way. You were guided throughout this whole thing. If you're concerned or having doubts, don't. Somebody could have been lighting candles against you, by the way, but you're being shown, being guided, or you are this guide. So congratulations. I hope you like to read. I like this for you. Somebody's going to have to deal with whatever they incurred here. They're going to have to, hopefully they learn. Hopefully they heal. It's the best outcome for them anyways at this moment. Hope you like to read, and until next time, take care.